Hey, so welcome back to the channel. I'm still here in Indiana, on the property. Debbie's still in Florida, and it's an overcast day. It's quite foggy out. It's been raining, started raining yesterday. It's supposed to rain all week, but the good news is it's going to hit darn near 70. We had a few things sell in the store overnight, and we'll get to that in just a bit. So I thought I'd bring you out here to one of our lakes. I'm on a deck we built several years ago. That's out here. We've got a table and chairs. There's an umbrella in the good season when the sun's out that will sit out here to protect you from the sun. But as you can see, pretty sizable lake. Some might call it a pond, but officially it's a lake. And what makes it a lake is that it's fed by a stream. And actually, the stream not only feeds this body of water, but it continues on and feeds another one. Both of the lakes here on our property are about 2 acres. And there's a variety of fish that live in here. Soft-shell turtles. I've seen some snapper turtles in here. And all kinds of waterfowl. Ducks just flew out of here when I walked up. Obviously, Indiana, there's geese all over the place, so there's geese that like to reside in here. And that little island out there in the middle of the lake tends to be a nesting ground. We also have river otters that swim around in here, as well as beavers. And your occasional water snake, although you're not going to see those this time of year. It's a little cold for those guys to come out of hibernation. But in any case, pretty cool. A lot of deer in the woods. So all the woods on that side of the lake over there, that's part of our property, and it continues on. And then there's another lake further on in the woods. And the stream, this is the inlet for the stream right here that comes in, and then it continues on, and the stream goes that way to the other lake on the other side, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I just thought I'd walk out here. We had a showing last night, and the people that came to look at the house not only looked at the house, but I think for the first time we had some people visiting the property that actually walked the property a bit. So they came out here, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was still cool out here after their visit. I'm going to hoof it back up to, as you can see, it's a bit of a distance. That's where the barn cats live in this red barn, and then beyond that is the eBay office, and then the house is beyond that. So I'm going to hoof it back up that way and see what's sold in the store overnight. I don't think it's a lot of things because, frankly, I've been so busy with the house listings and chasing after the lost revenue from the primary gig that I haven't done any listings in the eBay store. And as we all know, you get back what you put in on eBay. So it's been, at least 4 weeks since I've done any listings. I certainly have plenty of product to list. It's a matter of finding the time to do it. You would think I'd have more time without a full-time gig, but it's a full-time gig trying to find a full-time gig. And it's a full-time gig trying to sell a house and keeping it clean and chasing after the kitty cats by myself. But I'm not complaining. Life is grand, and all this is going to work out just fine.
But it's not going to be pleasant.
Hey, so we're in the eBay office. Actually, we're right outside the eBay office. The garage is somewhat clean. Still have a pile of Jeep stuff right here I need to go through. And I moved our death pile table out here to over here, and it's a little more organized. But you can see we've got I do have things to list that's sitting out here. And I have out here some boxes. As you can see, they're labeled eBay Unlisted. So there are boxes of things to list. It's not like we're out of inventory. It's just a matter of finding the time to get them listed, as I said. Oh, and in case I get lost, I now have a sign that tells me where the office is. It's right here. All right, I'm going to get this coat off, and we're going to discover what's sold in the store overnight.
What, you mean like investigative discovery?
All right, so first thing that came up on the list that sold overnight is Vietnamese money. 100 dong from 1966, paper money. What did that sell for? That went for $15.31. $15. That's a beautiful thing. And then what was next on the list? Number 110, Paul Muriot. It's an album down here in our album collection, which is right down here. Album number 110, 88, 90, 105, 8, 9, 110. Album number 110, right there. And it's got Penny Lane on it. Look at that. There's a Kinda Hush, Mama, Something Stupid, Puppet on a String, Love is Blue. That's Blooming Hits, Paul Muriot and his all-girl orchestra. That's awesome. All right, so we'll put that over here on the bench. We got to get that packaged up. Next thing it sold. Oh, what'd that sell for? $11.26. Next on the list is a painting, an oil painting.
Good morning, Michelangelo. Rembrandt.
So with shipping, this sold for $111. And it is right here. And it's pretty good sized. So we'll get it set down here so I can pick it up and show it to you. But there it is. And it's all wrapped up and protected in its wrap already. And then the last thing to sell, so there were 4 things that sold overnight. Last thing to sell was an 8-track tape.
So let me just pop in this 8-track.
That's an A6, which is right here. Can I peek in here and find it? I think I can. It was under Jackie Gleason. Orleans on 8-track. And that Orleans sold for $8.98. So we will get all this stuff packaged up.
Pack-a-quando, pack-a-mondo.
All right, so the first one on our hit parade is this Vietnamese money from 1966. And I just printed out all the pack slips, not at 100%, and I got to reprint all those.
We can fix that.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is pack up this money from Vietnam, and what we like to do is get it into some protective cardboard. So I lay it down on a piece of cardboard like this. I keep scrap cardboard around just for paper money. And then we cut this like that. So we have a piece of cardboard that's going to be the right length. And then we want to make sure we get the right width on this. So we'll put this in here like that. And we will make the cut that way. And it's not a precision cut, but what it's going to do is protect that. And then we'll lay this on top of another piece. This is an old raggedy piece with a cutout edge. We'll lay this on here and cut another piece out of that, sandwich the money between the 2 pieces, and put it in a bubble pack.
I heard something about sandwiches and buttermilk.
So again, we lay the money in like this. We put a piece of cardboard on either side of it, and that's going to keep it rigid in transit and protect it. We will put tape around it like this on all 4 sides. And if you notice, the money was already inside a protective plastic sleeve. That's something we do right after we take pictures of things like that. We do that with all paper products, all electronics. We put everything in plastic. Just keeps moisture away from things. Put that in a bubble pack.
Would you like an envelope for that?
No, thank you.
Obviously, it won't fit in that one, but it will fit in that one.
No. Boom, size does matter.
And we put our thank you card on and our scripture card on like that. And I had, oh, there they are. Lost my smiley faces for a minute. I think one smiley face is good to hold that together. And our little banknote from Vietnam is going to San Jose, California.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
Slide that in like that. Little peel and stick action. And we will put a BSonex label over the back of that just to make sure it doesn't open up. And then we'll get a weight on it. I'm not doing these orders in order of complexity, by the way, because I can tell you the one that's going to be most complicated is going to be the painting of Jesus Christ, just because of its size. Albums are not a problem, and it's next up is this guy, because we have boxes that are specific for albums. And we like to bend those perfs, as you know, ahead of time on these. And my cell phone's in the way. Like that. And then we put the album there to work on it. It gets 3 bubble wraps around one way and 2 around the other. So our bubble wrap is below the bench. 1, 2, 3 panels. And I'm a bubble wrap on the inside guy. So if you feel bubble wrap, it's bumpy on one side and smooth on the other. I like to have my bumpy side. I like to have my bumpy side up against the product. Where do you like to have your bumpy side? There's the question of the day. Anyway, it takes 3 panels to get all the way around the album successfully. Barely. 2 panels just barely do it. It would leave like one edge open. So we actually get 2 layers on one side by doing that. And at the end of the day, we're going to get 3 layers on one side because, again, it only takes 2 panels to go around. And at the end, all we want to do is kind of that. We want to make sure that the ends that were just exposed are no longer exposed. 1 piece of tape on there holds that in place. We put some thank you notes and a scripture card in with this person and hope they have a blessed day, along with a smiley face. And a packing slip, which should be in order. Yep, sure is. And this album is going to...
Can I help? You seem kind of confused.
It looks like it. I was confused there for a minute. It's going to. I don't know why I got confused. I looked at the state and thought it's going to the Netherlands. It's going to Nebraska. So I don't know why that confused me. My brain was fried there for a second. And we get this guy all folded up. The only challenge to these is having long enough arms and hands to hold things together. And I like to use some tape as an assist on that. That holds the box together. And then we use a tape gun to do the final maneuver on that. And then all we need now is a weight and measure. Get a label on it.
Label.
All right, so Jesus is going in this box. And this box, he just floated right in, is obviously bigger than what we need from a height standpoint. That was a lot of drop. So we will custom cut this box down to meet our needs. And we're going to say right about there should do it. Right about there should do it. And I think I'm roughly getting the same height all the way around. And these sides, probably helps if we score it a little. There's not a lot of precision that goes into this. Sometimes, so I've been known to break out the straight edge when I go to Frankenstein some boxes, but most of the time I'm eyeballing it just like this. The goal is to make it a secure transit. And I'll keep as much of this cardboard as I can. I think that should do us. Put that in like that. Put that down like that. And this guy should line up. Ah, darn it. I was a little off on my score. This one didn't. That one scored a little too high on that corner. Easy fix.
Now that's what I call a scalpel.
And there's the pack slip going in. That is going to a repeat customer. That's Jose in Brooklyn, New York. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate your repeat business, and thank you for purchasing Jesus Christ. He is on his way to you as soon as we get this thing taped up and get it weighed. Get it weighed, and then we'll get a shipping label on it.
Next, please. Next.
Well, I think Jesus was not as complicated as I thought it was going to be. We got that boxed up. It was 4 pounds and 18 ounces, and went together. Look at that box. There we go. Didn't quite make it through the cutter successfully, apparently. We need to throw some packing paper in with that.
Papers?
What papers?
What papers?
I grabbed more packing paper than I needed. That's okay. A little extra protection never hurt anybody. Orleans, Before the Dance, double album. It's got all their hits on it, which is cool. 8-track, ABC Records. Pretty nice. I have not tested that, and we sold that as untested. Everything appears to be fine on it. Even the pads look to be okay on it. I simply didn't throw it into an 8-track tape machine before we sold it. And the question is, do we have an 8-track tape machine? Yes, we do. It is, right now it's sitting outside the door and it's ready to be packed up to move to Florida. So there's another reason why I didn't test it. But it was labeled as untested, and we accepted an offer, I think $1 less than what we were asking for it. Because it's untested and we're moving it down the road. So that is going to, Orleans is going to Timothy in Brandenburg, Kentucky. So thank you, Timothy. We're going to put another piece of packing paper to fill the void on top there. And the objective is make sure it doesn't rattle, and there's no rattle.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby.
So all the items have been boxed up, and I got a late start today. So it's 12:30 currently, and our post office closes for lunch at 1 o'clock. And I just do not wait till 2 o'clock to get this stuff to the post office. So, into the trunk it must go. And we're on the way.
And away we go.
So it's your typical foggy, misty March kind of day in Indiana. Still no life on the trees. Just kind of gray. And Deb and I think, are kind of excited for trading this in for something a little sunnier. And she's already down there. She's in beautiful Florida. My radio hopped on and said blue skies. That's coincidental, I think. In any case, she's already down there. She's with my mom, assisting her with her day-to-day activities. And I'm heading to the post office right now, looking at just wet and grayness. And granted, it gets wet and gray everywhere. I understand that. But this is pretty much what we get like 3 or 4 months out of the year. So instead of this footage, watching a gray drive with not a lot going on, I thought maybe I'd share with you some footage from a drive I did just a week ago. So as I mentioned last night, we had a showing at the house. That's the 8th showing. A house has been on the market for 11 days. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good turnout, I think, so far. And the feedback, so crazy. I've only received feedback on 3 of those showings, or 4 of those showings. And the feedback hasn't been bad. It's all been positive. It's been not a right fit at this time, that kind of thing. Didn't like the layout of the house, but price-wise, there hasn't been really an objection. We've been on a scale of 1 to 5, right about 4s and 5s on pretty much every showing, which is awesome. So average-wise, it's showing well. I don't think it's overpriced. I think it's showing well. I just think we haven't found the right buyer yet. And it's a unique property. Granted, I mean it's not your quarter-acre subdivision, kind of house. It's 16 acres out in the middle of nowhere. But you get tranquility. You get a couple lakes. And frankly, I think some of the people that have come by to look at the house. And why does my radio keep turning on? I think some of the people that have come by to look at the house are looky-loos. They're just people that are always, that you get that on a house, right? Especially a property as unique as ours. I think people that have been driving by it over the years have gone, oh, wow, the house is on the market. I'd like to look at that. And with no intention of buying. They're just, it's like, as I was explaining to Debbie this morning, I think it's a lot like most of the people that go to the Boat Sport and Travel show. They're not there to buy boats or buy RVs. They're there to look at boats and RVs. And I think that's what you get. Having been a realtor once before in my life, it was a brief moment, but I did it. I think, as my recollection serves me, the first couple of weeks you get a lot of that. You get a lot of tire kickers. You got a lot of people that are just curious about the property. You get neighbors that are scheduling appointments with realtors they don't know so they can come by and take a look at the house. And that's all good. I know that's the system. That's the way it works. And usually sometime after the second week, sometime after 14 days, that's when you kind of start getting some serious lookers. And that's what we're counting on. So that's what we're hoping for, and we will see how this plays out. In the meantime, the things we're wrestling with is we've made an offer on a place down in Florida. We'll see how that goes. It's contingent on this selling. It's a limited offer, so the time is ticking on that. So we're kind of hoping the house sells before the time ticks out on that. And what else can I tell you? Oh, the other things we're wrestling with. So we decluttered. We moved a lot of things to a storage unit not far from here, and we still have some things boxed up in the house. Obviously, we have 4 house cats that live with us, and I don't, so far they haven't been a hindrance to the showings. The cats are interesting. If they don't know you, they hide. So if they hear strange voices in the house, even if we have company over, they'll go hide. I mean, it's not unlikely you come and visit us at our house, you won't even know we have cats. It doesn't smell like cats. Debbie does a wonderful job, and I'm keeping up on it in her absence. It's clean. It doesn't smell like a cat house. And you literally can come in, and the cats know that you don't belong there, so they go and scurry and hide and under things and behind things, and they wait until the coast is clear. In fact, after the showings, when I come back into the house and I start talking to them, they start inching their way out and looking around corners like, "Are you alone?" It's kind of funny to watch. In any case, if we do an open house, I'm going to have to do something with getting the cats completely out of the house, because now we're looking at an extended time of people being in the house, and I don't want to freak the cats out, and I certainly would need to get them out of there if we do something like that. And there's the logistics of the move, right? They're not travel cats. They have not been for extended stays in any vehicle. They don't like going to the vet, so migration to a southern state's going to be traumatic for them. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm back. I need to get some listings done today. Let's see if I can work that into my schedule. But first, I gotta grab some lunch.
Come and get it.
All right, so different hat, different shirt, different day. I know I got out of control yesterday, but I got caught up on a lot of stuff, and today I'm going to dig into this fresh little pile right here of things and get them off this table. That's my plan. And we're going to start with this. This camera I have never tried to power on, and I don't know what kind of condition it's in. I don't know if there's a battery in it. I don't know if there's a data card in it. But we're going to find out, and we're going to see what this guy's worth.
It's got to be worth something.
All right, so let's dig into this. It's a PowerShot S200 digital. I believe that says ELF, E-L-P-H. Wonder if they know that they spelled ELF wrong. Anyway, it's a Canon camera. We should probably take a gander at this thing, make sure that it looks like a rubber port cover. It is, and that's obviously where a data cable would connect. Kind of put that back on. Down here looks like a battery port. There is a battery in it. The battery doesn't appear to be defective, and the inside of that appears to be okay. We'll slide all that back together like that. And then it says open here for the CF card. And look at that. There's a 128 gig SanDisk in there. Awesome. Now the question, and let's see. The question is there a way to charge this?
It provides power to my onboard battery charge.
All right, so it's a universal charger. You can see right there, it works anywhere in the universe, which is awesome. And this battery, that's a plus terminal, that's a minus terminal. And so what we got to do is line up these pegs with the plus and minus, which it is already. And one of the things I can tell right away, this is spring-loaded, and it's supposed to hold the battery in place, but this battery is just a hair too small for that to hold it in place. So we're going to do this. We're going to put a rubber band on there, hold the battery in place. We're going to plug in the universal charger, and look at that. It says it's charging. All right, so we're going to give that some time to charge. And while that's doing that, I'm going to do a quick lookup on this guy.
How much is it worth?
Is search for a Canon. What'd I say it was? PowerShot S200 Digital Elf. Look at that right at the top. And according to this, pre-owned, of course it came with some other stuff, $89. This one is $27 pre-owned. They're all going to be pre-owned. I don't think you're going to find a new one. And that one went for $35, $35, $36, $47. Comes with a manual. This one does not. This one barely comes with a camera. I'm assuming this one didn't work or was unknown for $5.99. So we're going to put this in that $27 to $35 range, I think is accurate, because it does not come with all of the accessories. This is assuming that it works. We will find out. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is clean this up a little bit, because it's got some value, apparently, even if it doesn't work.
What's next on the program?
All right, the next item I think that we're going to look at today is a pair of binoculars. The case says model 265 on the outside. I don't know if that's real leather or faux leather, but that can use a little brushing and cleaning apparently. There's some fuzz that needed to come out of there. And these are a pair of Empire model number 266. Now, that said 265. Apparently the 266 fits in a 265 case. All right. Lightweight, fully coated optics, 7x35 extra wide angle, 10 degree, tested and approved. All right. The lenses appear to be okay. I'm going to put these up to my eyes and look out this window in front of me. There you go. Pretty cool. All right, we're looking these up now. It is Empire model 266 binoculars. All right. Apparently they're Jason Empire binoculars, and they go anywhere from $11 to $15. I think the lot that I got this in, so the camera, the binoculars, and this other camera, were all in the same lot, and I think I got the lot for less than $6. So we're doing okay, I think, on this lot. We'll get some photos taken of these guys.
Hey, photographer.
All right, this is a large by large camera bag. It has a roll of film in it, Fuji color, 24 exposures, Super HQ 200 ASA film. New. We do not know the expiration date on this film because its original box is missing. But that is unused film. We will sell that separately. The camera comes with a Vivitar 28D auto-detected flash unit. Battery compartment has seen better days. We might be able to clean that up a little bit. I'm going to tap it on the table a little bit. Yeah, there is, you can see little flakes in there. I might be able to clean that up.
Maybe we should test this first.
The question is, does it work? So, we will find out. We'll put a put a couple copper tops in this thing. And I just want to make sure the batteries are going in the right direction. And see if we can get something happening. Turn it on. And I'm not hearing anything. All right. I say we clean this off a little bit. It may be a toast, but we don't know. We'll find out. We got to clean this.
And use a lot of sandpaper.
So a little 280 grit sandpaper. See if we can clean off this side of the terminal a little bit.
Which terminal?
I think that'll get us a connection on the other side. We'll give this a shot again. Oh, look at that. I heard it power up. I did hear it power up. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. That's a Vivitar 28D auto-dedicated thrister. Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking. All right. Well, we will say that's functional. We will say we cleaned the battery terminals on it. Put those copper tops back in my test bag. Close that back up.
What's it worth?
All right, so the 28D is listed. People have them listed out here anywhere from $15 to $20. I say we list this thing for $10 plus shipping, and I'm pretty sure it'll sell. There we go. All right. Get photos of that. Now, what do we got? We've got a Minolta 1000 Maxim. Now, I've sold these Minolta cameras before, and one of the issues we get with them is, see this, how they turn white? This is the plastic or the rubber on the unit turning white. And it does that over time. Now, look, see what it's doing? It's going back to black. So, and it'll stay black for a very long time after I do that. So, literally months it'll stay black after I do that. So, I need to clean these cameras up. And see, it does it on the lens as well. And the toothbrush will be great for providing the friction necessary for getting these cleaned back up. I'm curious about the internal compartments on this as well, and whether or not they're corroded. And that looks like it's in good shape. And this runs on AAAs. There is no corrosion inside this battery compartment.
AAA!
Where'd my screwdriver go? Oh, look at that. We got power.
It's alive!
This guy is fully functional. He came to life. Oh, yeah, and autofocus is working just fine. All of the in viewfinder settings are good. It took a photo, even though there's no film. This camera is working great. Oh yeah. This comes with the standard 50mm right there. That's on it. And it comes with this guy, which is a 210mm lens, a 70 to 120 zoom lens. I'm digging this the most. Cool. And what's in here? We got the little part that goes, little shade that goes on the end of the lens. We got the body caps, so when I pack this thing up, we can separate everything and ship it really nicely. In here we've got owner's manual, which is nice. Maxim 7000. I think we're going to go ahead and sell this with the flash as opposed to selling the flash separately. Since it all came together, it can all leave together. So this will be a complete set with the bag. We just got to clean this up, and I'm not going to walk you through the tedious step of me cleaning up all this rubber because that'll take 5 minutes. But what I am going to do is we're going to turn this puppy off and take the battery out of it.
Remove screws to access battery compartment.
All right, so those are the 3 things I'm going to get cleaned up and listed today. Making some progress, finally getting some stuff listed up on the eBay store. We've got close to 2,000 items listed out there, and I say that, it's dropped considerably. 1,683 SKUs in the store currently. We need to get that back up there again. It was riding real close to 2,000 for a long time, but like I said, it's been, now 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks since I've listed anything, but we've been selling stuff every day, so that's why the inventory has come down so much. I need to focus on that, and that's what I'm going to do over the next several days, and we're going to get that inventory back up. In the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for watching, because I think we're getting close to our mark. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on the other social media channels, and until we see each other again, you all be safe out there.